10 Cloverfield Lane is directed by Dan Trachtenberg and stars John Goodman, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and John Gallagher Jr. And that's it. That's basically all the cast. And we'll get into it later, but I liked how there was no one really in this movie. So, basically, 10 Cloverfield Lane is kind of a sequel slash parallel universe movie to the original movie that came out in 2008 called Cloverfield. It has the same producer, JJ Abrams, who you may know from Star Wars and Star Trek and Lost, and you know who he is. This trailer dropped like in January, 2 months before this was released, and so I had no idea they were making a Cloverfield sequel or whatever you want to call it. And it got me really excited watching the trailer. And the trailer is just a really short and really, it's what a trailer should be because it doesn't spoil anything. And that's what I'm going to keep here in my non-spoiler section. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm basically going to say what happens in the first trailer and then what I thought of the film. And so again, if you think what I thought of the film is a spoiler, don't watch this, which I don't know. That only really counts for Star Wars. So anyways, 10 Cloverfield Lane, it's basically about this girl, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who ends up in a car accident, and she wakes up in this bunker, which is run by John Goodman, who created this bunker. And John Goodman states that the outside world had some kind of attack on them, and there's some nuclear fallout, maybe by aliens, maybe by like North Korea. Don't really know. It's not really explained. He doesn't really explain it to her. And so she can't go outside for maybe like a year or two. So she's stuck down here with another character, John Gallagher Jr., and basically the main story is, do we trust John Goodman enough to stay in this bunker, or do we try to escape? And that confined, it's all just in this bunker. And that confined element of the movie is what I really liked about the movie. Again, you have just three characters. You have John Goodman, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and John Gallagher Jr., and that's it. And you can really go into each of the characters in depth, and you really get a feel for, like, you care about these characters because there's only three of them, and you were interested and want to see what happens to them. It's kind of a horror movie in some aspects, not in like the blood and gore, but like in the intensity of it. It builds intensity throughout basically the entire film and doesn't relieve it, and that's great, because I hate when there's tension being built and then you get scared by like a bird flying away and then the tension is gone. And so that's why I don't like jump scares in horror films. And this one has like 0 jump scares, and it builds the intensity, and so you can really feel it. It's very potent, and this film had me on the edge of my seat for like the entire time. The cinematography was great. The production design was great, and because it's just this basement, but then near the end we get to some more interesting stuff. And I feel like the main thing that I would say about this film is don't look at it as a Cloverfield sequel, because it's not. It's in no way the same movie as Cloverfield the original. The main reasons being, one, it's not a found footage camera, which I feel that is great because I'm not a huge found footage fan. I like the first Cloverfield, but I found the found footage to be choppy, and which it's meant to be, but I didn't care for it. And also TJ Miller is super annoying in that film. I love TJ Miller, but in that film, he's just too annoying. And I touched Les Cluther. Get back in your place. About a Bionicle, by the way, because I'm a child. Anyways, the second way being that it doesn't really focus on any aliens, and it's about these people trying to survive, whether we trust John Goodman or not. That's basically what the film is about. And throughout the film, you kind of flip-flop where you trust him and you don't, you trust him and you don't. And I just found it so intriguing. I found it really intriguing, and yeah, just don't go into it thinking that it's going to be another action blockbuster, which it's not. And I really found that refreshing. So overall, that's basically all I want to say about it. I'll do a slight spoiler section at the end of this after I give my rating. And performance was great, especially John Goodman. And I don't know much about Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and John Gallagher Jr., but they were both really great, and I look forward to seeing more of them. Production was great. Good job, JJ Abrams. And I think Matt Reeves, who did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, did production or something in this movie. And also Dan Trachtenberg, first time director on the big screen. He did a few indie stuff. He did the Portal short movie, which I haven't seen, but I've heard it's great. And look forward to seeing more of him because this is a really good start. So my rating would ultimately be add to collection. I will definitely watch this film. It won't be as intense, I feel, as the first time, but in a few years, I'll rewatch it and I'll like it way more than the first Cloverfield. I'll like it way more than that. There's not much I griped about it because the main flaw is that I won't like it as much as I will the first time. So it was a great first time viewing, but as to adding it to my collection, definitely go watch this. Definitely go watch this film. It's worth seeing. It's definitely worth seeing, even if you're not a fan of the first Cloverfield. But again, don't expect action. Expect character-driven, intense moments, which I love. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little spoilers now. So warning, spoilers. First off, Bradley Cooper is Ben, who's the boyfriend of Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and I didn't know that until I looked on IMDb, and his name was there, and he was totally underused, and I totally didn't know it was Bradley Cooper. Like, why is Bradley Cooper the guy that's on the phone and has 3 lines? That makes no sense. I don't know. I was thinking through the credits. I was like, maybe he owes Trachtenberg or Abrams like a favor. And he's like, hey, say these 3 lines, or he just really wanted to be in a Cloverfield movie. I have no idea, but that was crazy. There's no end credit scene. I stayed to the end. There's no end credit scene. And as for the thing that I do not like about this film is that it kind of shoehorns that it's a Cloverfield movie at the end. Like, she gets out of the bunker and all these aliens start attacking, which there's that line she drops where you just see the look in her face where it's like, oh yeah, John Goodman was right. And that was crazy. I mean, not in the fact that, oh, there's the radiation, you'll die. He probably thought the green stuff and she saw that woman, but he was right. He's still crazy and insane, but he was right. And you see that look on her face like, oh man, there's aliens. But I also felt like this could have been a totally different film where she gets up there and there's nothing. And it's like, oh, it's just a normal world. And then end the film. And it's like a totally different name. But I feel like because it has the Cloverfield name, it has to have the aliens at the end. And I feel like that was a little shoehorned in there. I liked it, definitely, because it was actually a really good sequence. But I felt like the only reason it's a Cloverfield movie is because of that last scene and last few scenes, and because it was a way to make money, probably, because it's the right name recognition. Besides that, how I think this ties in to the Cloverfield universe is like 4 ways. It could, 1, be a completely parallel universe where, like, instead of the attack in 2008, this is the first attack. It's either that or it's a complete sequel where the 2008 attack was covered and it's a different alien, or it's the same alien working together and the whole attack was covered by like the government or something, which is kind of unlikely because there was all the news reporters. But also that found footage is classified. So maybe it is a sequel. I actually want it to be a sequel. I think it would be nice. That, or it's happening in tangent, it's happening at the same time as the Cloverfield attack. So while she's in the bunker, New York is getting attacked by the Cloverfield monster, and she's doing this whole thing with John Goodman. Or I guess it could be a prequel where it's not really a prequel. It's not a prequel. It's not a prequel. I want it to be a sequel. It's either that or I don't want it to be a parallel universe because that's stupid. that's meant for comics and stuff. But I would like to be a sequel, or it happens at the same time. Mostly a sequel. Kind of a sequel. I don't care. Whatever you guys thought, comment below. Tell me your theories. Tell me what you thought about the film. I'm interested to see what you think. I'm hearing a lot of good vibes about it. Everyone else seems to enjoy it. And I just really enjoyed this film. So, I guess if you haven't seen it, you just got it spoiled. So that's a problem. But definitely go check it out. It's probably better than Brothers Grimsby. And better than Zootopia. I like it better than Zootopia. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And I will see you next time.